Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Takes from Below. This is Kandarp.
This is Aayushi.
This is Jenny.
All right, we are back with part 2 of Easter special.
You guys are caught up on air. The title of the original post was Am I the asshole for refusing to host the Easter dinner if the nephew is invited?
Also, if you haven't re-listened to this, please go back, listen to our previous episode, and come back.
Yes, because there's a lot of updates. This is part 2. And just to give you a quick warning for everybody here as well, there are trigger warnings for animal abuse, mental illness, threatening behavior, and for moose spoiler disturbing. So,
yes.
That being said, we'll go right into it.
Yes.
So, rock, paper, scissors. Who's reading?
Mm-hmm. Who's okay?
Do you want to go? Since we
he read first, or you?
I read first.
Oh, you read first. So okay, let's go. Oh, I lost. Oh shit! Never mind. No.
Wait, so
I have to read, so I need to. You're good. You're good.
so
good.
the winner stays out.
Yeah,
right?
winner stays out, and the loser is the one who's gonna read. We are doing.
Okay. All right. Let's rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Oh,
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
actually, this is what I wanted. Never
Yeah, I
mind.
was going to say.
Wait, this is
isn't
what
that
I
you-
wanted. Never mind.
Oh,
I
okay.
wanted to
I'm
lose
very
this one,
confused, but
so
let's
I
go
don't
with
have to
it.
read the third one. Now, next one you will do rock paper scissors, and whoever
That
loses.
doesn't really sound like a winner.
Yeah, I know, right?
I know.
I'm confused. I'm like, wait a
We're
minute.
confused,
No,
but-
we are confused because we
Right.
started in the first one that whoever is doing rock paper
Right.
scissors loses will read because we did not want it to read,
Right.
and
And
now we
now
have to stick to it, even though it's kind of
This doesn't
like
feel like a win.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it does not.
This is funny though.
no, but it's something different. Let's go.
All right, let's just go into it.
Let's
Go
just
ahead.
go with it.
Wait, so then the next one,
You two will do rock paper
but we didn't do
scissors.
that last time.
I know, but like, but the thing is like,
all right.
but the thing
I'll
is
go
that
with it. Okay.
I'm in the middle.
That's fine.
How are we going
How about this?
clockwise and
Right.
anti-clockwise?
No, that's fine.
It's
We'll take this one.
Yeah.
You can take the next one. I'll take the last one.
Okay,
That's fine.
perfect. There you
There
go.
you
He's
go.
nice.
Yeah,
He's
there you
nice.
go. I
Okay.
love that.
There you go. Yeah, let's go
All
for
right.
it.
So this is the 4th update, guys, and the update says more updates, unfortunately. Sorry for the lack of updates. Life has been a bit crazy. Wife and I went no contact with nephews and sister-in-law, which has been hard on wife because she has always been close to her sister. We have kept contact with brother-in-law, keeps him updated if we saw anything concerning on his Tumblr account. As many of you know, as many of you have kept me updated. And boy, did he post concerning shit. I'm not sure that the last straw was possibly when he posted about cutting off part of his coworker's hair and getting fired as a result.
Yikes.
But brother-in-law decided he had enough of sister-in-law's permissive parenting and nephew disturbing behavior going ignored. Brother-in-law has been trying to be harsher on nephew to straighten him out, but sister-in-law throws such a tantrum every time he has tried that he has decided he's had enough. A few days ago, he packed up and left. Now it looks like he and sister-in-law are going to get a divorce. He has been staying with us for a few days, going back once to make sure his horses were put in temporary boarding while he figures his shit out. He's also working on getting a lawyer. In other news, my nephew has ran away from home. He is 22, so I don't know if this means he has finally gotten an apartment or what. All I know is a few hours ago, sister-in-law called brother-in-law in hysteric, crying that he had left a note and that it was brother-in-law's fault. I think that he may have gone to stay with some internet friends, but wife is getting worried as it is 3 a.m. and there's still no sign of him. Actually, I also kind of worried, but I'm trying to stay level-headed and not think of worst case scenario. Sorry if this is unclear and sounds rushed, but shit is still unfolding and this has been a lot to deal with. I will answer any question you all have once everything calms down a bit. Edit. Several hours after I made this post, police found Nephew in a small forest a few blocks away. He was hiding in the trees, and I guess he was gonna try to live there. They returned him to his mom's house. I'm exhausted.
Oh my god.
Wow. That is.
Oh my god.
There's a lot of drama there.
Yeah. He ran away to the forest and tried to live there.
I mean, the
But
brother-in-law, sister-in-law getting divorced.
yeah, that's so bad. This kid is ruining
He-
everyone's life.
He definitely have some kind of mental health issue,
Yeah, but I
which
also
mother
feels like
needs
it
to
may be a little
stop
bit of, exactly.
ignoring.
Yeah, that's what I
Mother
say.
needs to stop ignoring, and she needs to make sure, like, by ignoring and pampering him, you're not doing
Not
any
exactly.
favor to your child, by the way.
It's making it worse, if
Making
anything.
exactly, like, you're not teaching him what to do. Once you're dead, woman, what is your kid gonna do?
Yeah.
I imagine.
You're not there to pamper him, to take care of him, cover his mistakes. You're not there to take care of him. Teach him how to be a better man. And take if he seriously has a mental health issue, you might want to get him a help that he needs.
They tried.
You're
putting him
not
in
being a better
therapy.
parent. Yeah, and
Yeah.
she's not a good parent
Yeah.
by not
And I
getting
think it's
actual
too
help
late
that
for
he
him.
deserves.
Yeah, they might not be able to do a whole lot for him. I don't know what medication he can go on. I don't know what they can do. He's like his own scary incel person.
I mean, even if they can't do much, but like whatever they can do,
Yeah, doing more
instead
than
of him just going crazy and hurt someone, like anyway.
I thought they were gonna say that they found him in the forest with like weapons or something, or like plotting something.
You never know. It wasn't enough time for
That's
him to
true.
build all that, right?
That's
Like
true. You're
you
right.
don't know.
He just
Maybe
ran away.
even he's isolating himself. Once you're in not a good mental state, and then you isolate yourself, you have like crazy thought taking over. And imagine, like, he's like, okay, whole world against me, and let me just go and start killing all these people who's coming for me.
Yes.
So in reference to that, him running off, there's actually a comment. Somebody posted who's actually following the Tumblr account. And the kid actually posted on a Tumblr account. Comment is, his Tumblr has a post about how he's gone to live in the woods in the hope that your brother-in-law will return home.
Oh, so sad.
He also has one about collecting herbs, berries to eat in the woods, and that one seems very disturbing. Apparently, he believes he has a natural survivor instinct. I don't know if he has done a lot of camping, but I would be concerned since his reality sense seems non-existent.
Oh my god.
The fact that your sister-in-law is throwing tantrum, unfortunately, shows that she is to blame for his behavior.
Oh my god,
It must
that
be
is
so
his
hard.
TikTok account.
He's a TikTok?
Why the
Yeah.
no? Oh my god!
Wow, you're going all over the place. You got his TikTok
Why the hell?
account. You got
Do you
like
want to see a
everything.
video?
Nope.
Yes. Wait, can we just see one? Can we just see one?
Which one would
The-
you
the
like?
last
This
one.
one?
Let's
No,
really
no,
edit
the
this
one
This
with
part,
the-
guys.
hair one looks like the coworker's hair. I
Oh
don't
my god,
want
it
to.
probably is. Let's look at the ones with words, because like, or I don't know. It doesn't really matter.
Because he mentioned there was some about cutting the.
I want to see this Joker
Okay,
one.
let's see it. The filter on?
Yeah, it's a filter.
Yeah. Okay.
That's weird. That's weird. Let's see one more.
So-
But
Old.
it says I have always known I was meant to be a religious figure.
Yo, this
Yeah, some
guy
sort of
has
cult.
something, schizophrenia, something. It's hard to fall asleep when you are under someone else's.
Oh, that reminds me of that that story.
This was definitely the roommate.
And it says it is better than living at mother's house at least.
Yeah.
Yo, this guy is creepy as shit.
God, this is insane.
Because someone was like, wait until you see his TikTok. And that's why I had that. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, let me just
Somebody
see. And I
found
was
the
like,
TikTok
oh,
account and
yeah.
posted in the comments.
And
All
then,
right.
and then you saw that, just saw
Yeah.
him post this on Tumblr account. It's quite concerning. Yeah. And then someone posted, oh my God, this people needs to be detective.
They do.
I mean, everybody's They're out looking for him.
Mm-hmm.
Scary.
And then someone said, "He's back on Tumblr, everyone. He's back on Tumblr."
Oh my
Wow.
God.
Also, who uses Tumblr?
I know. That's how you know you're a weirdo if you use Tumblr in this day and age.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Oh,
I've never used that. So I don't know.
that's what the weird people used.
I've heard it. I never
Yeah, I've
like
never had one
used it or
before.
anything. I've heard about it, but never actually created. I was actually went to look at the post that he had. It actually was asking me to sign up for me to view the post and stuff. So I was like, never mind.
Oh
Nah.
my god, apparently TikTok has a plushie with the stain. Oh, then the whole.
Let me see.
But yeah, I saw that.
Ew.
He posted that one on Tumblr.
And then he's putting another.
Oh, so that hole. When he said with the hole, I thought it was like just like a rect hole, like a. This is some weird shit. That is some weird shit.
This disturbing.
And it says sinful little things. Oh my god.
That is some weird little shit.
I would be so sad if that was my child.
As we'll have the link in the comments of the story.
I need to stop.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I need to stop.
We're going a little bit off
Oh my
there,
God.
but
I know. I need to stop.
This is the craziest story.
Okay, I stopped.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
stopped.
let's
it is.
calm down a little, you know.
Gonna take the next update then.
Yeah,
Oh.
you guys need to go into the
Yeah,
comments because
sorry.
people are posting. Someone posted like,
What?
"Oh, now he's sending a weird text to his coworker trying to apologize, and he put screenshots of it on Tumblr." How did
Oh,
go
wow.
crazy on this? Because people are detective and they're finding all this crazy
How were they able
stuff
to
that they're
find
doing.
that? Was that on his Tumblr?
Because on the
No,
Tumblr,
on Tumblr, it's a public account.
Tumblr is a public account. I remember
you
someone
can't-
someone found his Tumblr account from that.
Right. But someone
now,
like he posted the conversation with his coworker.
like,
Apparently so.
he put the screenshots. Apparently,
That's weird. But I guess he posted the
like he
conversation
put
with
the
the sister-in-law.
screenshot of like what he messaged her,
Oh, that's weird.
and he mentions about puppet in that message. So yeah, you might want to.
No, this is crazy. This can't be real.
Oh my god. I mean, this is like one way to confirm that this story has to be real.
Yeah.
Otherwise, this guy is going
Wait, so
at
when
a lot
was-
of length to make sure this
Yeah,
all checks
this-
out.
Yeah, I mean, that's possible too.
Yeah.
Actually, a link somebody posted, which now is a little bit more concerning. He posted a comment asking if the mold in the living room is normal.
What?
Yeah, which is concerning on a different level because he's living with the sister-in-law's parents' house or so. So that's a concerning whole different thing.
Interesting. You guys ready for the next update?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's called Jesus Christ, When Will It End? At this point, I am just using this account to rant about my insane nephew because venting to my wife just makes her sad about the person he has grown into, which I think is completely fair. So the good news is that sister-in-law has finally taken action. Brother-in-law has been keeping up with the nephew's posts online ever since he found brother-in-law's new apartment and took a crap outside his front door. Long story and not super relevant to this current update. Point is, brother-in-law was monitoring the situation from a safe distance and was able to find proof that nephew was becoming dangerous to himself and others. Finally convincing sister-in-law after some painful conversations and spamming screenshots from his blog that something needed to be done. The screenshots in particular were a series of posts that nephew made in which he challenged a random person online to a duel, giving an exact time and location as well as promising to bring his goddamn sword. Unfortunately, threatening to attack people with swords has become a behavioral pattern for him, so I can't even find it in me to be surprised. I am just so goddamn tired at this point. As some of you smart cookies may already know, telling a large amount of people on the internet your exact location is, drumroll please, stupid and dangerous. Especially with the threat of violence, which eventually expanded to him threatening to attack everyone and everything who challenged him at the location he specified. This was his mom's breaking point. So when nephew asked sister-in-law to drive him to his duel, she instead took him to their church. Yep, not therapy, not the police, an evangelical church. a different church than the one that sister-in-law goes to because he was banned from that one. Also a long story. He is once again on the internet, time out, and being forced to meet with the pastor once every week to bring him back to Jesus or whatever. So, at least something is being done. Is this at least a step in the right direction for sister-in-law? I don't even know anymore. Edit. Someone messaged me saying he has a minor cult following as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
His mother needs to be put in jail.
Yeah, she does.
Because
Wait, isn't
technically
there some sort of like
she's
adult protective services or something if they're
there
dating to
should be.
There
themselves?
should be,
There should
yeah.
there
there
is.
is.
Yeah, like
there
If they're
is.
dating to themselves and the others.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the mother is not
Mother's not helping
mother
either.
is not
She's-
helping, right? Like mother is
she's-
like, I'm there, I'm gonna take care of my son, I'm gonna take care of it. Then
yeah, like
they're
he's done
gonna be
nothing
like,
wrong.
but those agencies are gonna be like, okay, mother is taking care of it, right?
Right.
Like they have other people who actually legit don't
yeah,
have
but
help
still.
and needs to be taken care of. But
This is so dangerous. He has a cult following now. We know how that is. Like the Joker has a following
Yep.
too, and
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
no,
that's scary. Oh, this is like I can't.
I mean, you just think of all the other previous commenters, all the posts, everybody's on following him, so to speak, right? Because everybody's
yeah, everybody's
following.
curious to find
I
out
didn't think
what
it'd
is
be
he
like
what's
that.
going
doing.
I
on.
was thinking it was like like-minded
I
people
mean,
like
it could
him.
be
That's
too.
so creepy.
It
But
very well could be.
Yeah, we don't know.
I have not looked at any of some of the posts, but
Yeah, this is
that is very disturbing.
so disturbing.
Why would you think a church will help him?
I know. I hate
Also,
that.
he was banned from church. Now I want to know what the hell he did.
We can only
Mhm.
imagine, right?
Yeah, but I'm just curious. I want to know.
Yeah. Maybe he'll tell us in another one.
I don't know, but
So he did post it on the OP commented back, but unfortunately the original comment was deleted on that post.
yeah, it's
But
very true.
yeah, so his comment was very true. He was so much less strange and violent as a kid.
Hmm.
I fully blame his overexposure to internet, especially Tumblr. That website made him what he is today. I hope the church can fix him, even though intensive therapy would be ideal.
Right. What's the church gonna do? Like give him an exorcism or something? Like
Yeah.
this isn't. He needs help.
Yeah. As an agnostic, I'm not sure taking him to a pastor will do anything, but it's in sister's law's hand.
Yeah.
Maybe being around other people will help him. Who knows?
It's beyond redemption at the church. It's
Yeah,
just so crazy.
I don't know what church will do, but
Nothing. Mom knows that. Mom is
Yeah.
like, I'm just trying to get my husband off of my back.
Right.
I mean, I guess you pastor you can. I mean, it's another sort of therapy, but I think it needs a professional therapy who does this for a living
Exactly.
and not just some. It isn't. It's not a minor thing anymore. It's become this big
Yeah.
thing, especially with that sword.
Yes.
He showed up at the house. He's
He
challenging
challenged
people.
someone
He's challenging people on the internet to do a duel with his sword.
Yeah. What is wrong with him?
Oh,
So much
God.
is wrong with him.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, he doesn't have any other comment on that.
Yeah. And that leads us to our final update.
Yeah.
At least as of now.
Yeah.
As we're reading this. And this was posted 4 months ago. So hopefully I think that's the last update. And that leads us to Thanksgiving. Well, that means we're going from Easter to Thanksgiving.
Crazy.
So I'm pretty sure that no one is still invested in my petty family drama at this point. But Reddit was a good outlet for the last time my nephew showed up at the holiday meal and completely ruined it. So to Reddit, I return. Read my other post if you are out of the loop, I guess. First of all, my son was born in early November.
Yay,
Aw,
congratulations.
And his presence has been such an overwhelming joy in my wife and I's life. We had been so busy with him that we hadn't even thought about whatever nephew would be at Thanksgiving until the day leading up to it. We called the mother-in-law who was hosting, and she had reassured us he was staying behind and that it was only going to be us, sister-in-law, small Thanksgiving, yeah, but mother-in-law does not have a lot of family, so we always try to make it to her house when she's host. Mother-in-law and the nephew usually attends as well, but the sister-in-law and brother-in-law are recently divorced. Nephew is, well, danger to a society, to put it mildly. So we head over to her house early in the morning for humble Thanksgiving of five. Myself, wife, son, sister-in-law, and mother-in-law arriving first. Mother-in-law is pulling over a grandson and holding him when the doorbell rings. In steps sister-in-law. And in the steps, nephew, not wearing the Joker makeup this time or holding his special plushie. Thank God. I'm immediately out of my chair, ready to rain fire down, tell his men to get away from here before he has some kind of violent outburst around my newborn. When mother-in-law cuts me off, asking a nephew if there was anything he would like to say to my wife and I. Nephew approaches me with a very serious look in his eyes, bows at a 90-degree angle, and begins rattling off his insane apology, most of which is being directed at the floor. I really did not catch most of it, but my wife squeezed my hand and looked at me with the tears in her eyes. I know you will call me stupid, Reddit, but my hormonal, recently pregnant wife was almost crying with how happy she was to see that the nephew had grown as a person. And she had told me earlier in her pregnancy that she hoped our baby would be able to play with and look up to the older cousin. My wife has taken no contact with our nephew rather hard as we looked after him a lot when he was little. And I cannot really blame her for folding immediately upon seeing him again. I accepted nephew's apology for his outburst earlier in the year and told him that all the family is welcome at Thanksgiving. My wife hugged me, and my mother-in-law started saying how excited she was to have both of our grandchildren with her. I kind of got the sense that the mother-in-law and sister-in-law planned this behind our backs. But for the sake of the holiday, I was willing to let it go. Maybe he had changed. The first hiccup was when the mother-in-law was in the kitchen taking the turkey out of the oven. Sister-in-law was holding our son and asked if the nephew could hold him. Wife and I firmly said no, but agreed that he could say hi. Nephew leaned in close to get a good look at our nephew and began laughing like a psycho, like from completely silent to crackling maniacally. He started my son, he startled my son into crying. And when I reprimanded him, he did not seem apologetic at all. And instead kept doing that weird laugh and saying, cannot contain the Joker. I admit I started to lose my cool at that point. I told him he needs to grow up and stop acting like a creep all the time, which seemed to really piss him off. He yelled that he's not a creep and that he has changed a lot since I last saw him. He said that he found God and that he's not a misogynist anymore because he claimed that men are just as vile and humanity is doomed, no matter the gender. I called him a mistake and he grabbed the turkey, which mother-in-law had just brought in during the commotion, by the leg, cranking at the top of his lung. Nephew swung the turkey like a sledgehammer directly at my head. Mother-in-law stepped in to intervene, which caused a hot oven fresh turkey to slam wildly into her head. Silence for just a moment. Then the sizzling of my mother-in-law's skin as the grease of the turkey sticking to her face made a quick work of her epidermis, causing her to scream. I regret that I was completely stunned into inaction. But luckily, my wife came to her sense quicker than I did. And then it was now her turn to chase down my nephew, much like how the brother in law had in the past Easter. She was not as fast as him, given that she had given her birth earlier that month, but her yells and threats scared him bad enough that he fled out the back door. Sister in law in his heels, she ended up driving him home, shooting us a nasty text saying my wife overreacted and that his outburst was my fault in the first place. Apparently, we scared her beloved baby boy, years old, so bad that he pissed himself. So I guess he's the real victim. Um, the wife and I took the mother-in-law to the urgent care, and she has insisted that no charges should be pressed against the nephew, even though her face is severely burned from the turkey grease and the impact of the swing gave her a concussion.
Oh my God.
Yeah, because she would be so delicate, right? Because she's old and turkey is heavy.
Yes.
With all that stuffing and all.
All right, let's wait for the comments. Let's, there's more. She's not even mad at him and says he's just trouble and that everyone makes mistakes. I think our mistake was believing my wife and I can trust her family to stop inviting unstable people around the newborn. I don't want to cut the mother-in-law off because she's an old and lonely, but I don't want her around our newborn because I don't trust that she will not invite the nephew. That being said, I don't want to keep her away from her grandbaby. I know this was long and that no one is probably reading this except us. But if anyone has any advice for how to proceed, I really would appreciate it.
Go no contact.
That is
The laughing in the baby's face, the
Yes.
mother-in-law
Joker.
tricking,
And then saying, I found God. Clearly you did not because you said you can't stop the Joker or
See,
whatever.
these are
What
the
was
dangerous people that turn religion into like
cannot
something
contain
else.
the Joker. That's what he
That was
said.
so
And you found a
scary.
religion.
I mean, the way it started, I was like, all right, maybe he did got some
I
help.
know,
And
right? The
turned
apology
around.
that made her cry,
Yeah.
but no.
But like when he started laughing and
in the
swing that
baby's
turkey,
face. Oh yeah, and that's
I was like, wait, what?
not the turkey.
Swing the turkey right on. I mean, it apparently aimed for the OP's head,
Right.
but the grandmother got in the way.
Also,
Still,
I know. So obviously, yes, mother-in-law and sister-in-law has planned this clearly because mother-in-law
like it.
stepped in to say, "Do you have anything to say to your aunt and uncle?"
Mm-hmm.
She did that just because she did not want you to have a first chance to say, "Get the hell out of this house." And technically, if she would not have moved, you would have been the one
To get hit with
to
turkey.
get hit with the turkey and getting that burn.
Mhm.
And I hope you would have pressed charges if it was you. But I'm just saying, at this point, I feel like even sister-in-law is crazy.
Yes, I
Oh, yeah.
agree. My
She's
precious
not
baby
helping.
boy. What?
Like really,
You psycho?
At this point, she needs to be put in jail.
Yeah.
Or she needs to be taken. She should not be the custodial or the mother.
No.
They should
I mean,
have
he's
somebody
22,
assigned.
so we can't even say she's a custodial or
Right.
anything.
No, but so in theory, if they can diagnose him that he is,
Has something.
yeah, he needs help or whatever. I
Exactly.
know, but
So
like
there could be
still
a
at this
custodial that
point,
could be assigned.
even sister-in-law has some kind of mental health issue. I feel
If she doesn't believe it, then
Yeah,
yes.
she definitely does. She's the cause of his issue. I strongly believe that now.
Yeah.
Like if he had a different mom, he might be okay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Oh my God, if it
Or
was
just
my
stronger.
son.
It must be really hard as a mother though to like, because I feel like I see it happen all the time. Like moms can't see how terrible their kids are. I don't know.
I think it's the generation thing too. Like if I think about it, because I have also seen like moms who will be like now our generations who are like holding their kids accountable. Like no, like you're
Wait,
not gonna be
I wonder
around
how
these
old she
people.
is, because is she a millennial?
I think she's in 40. Yeah, that was in the original
Yeah,
post
so she's
back.
millennial.
Oh my
She's in
god.
her
She's one of
She's a
40s.
us.
millennial. That's why I'm
The
surprised
sister-in-law.
I'm
how.
surprised too. It's scary, isn't it?
Mm-hmm,
Wow.
mm-hmm. But
So,
yeah,
so the OP had one. There was an update or a comment that he made. Two
yeah, I
another
see it.
comments. So here's the comment was, unfortunately, I keep up with your nephew Tumblr account. I think it is against your child's best interest and safety to let him or anyone who defends him in your child's life.
Mm-hmm.
There's something very, very wrong with your nephew. And I understand that psych holes did nothing but cause more drama.
I don't. I
I
don't
don't think
think
they
he
went to
was
the
ever
Kai's hole.
took. They never took. Mom never let
They
him go.
suggested the
They
115. So,
suggested.
People suggested, but mom is never gonna let him
No,
go.
but he needs to.
So
Someone
yeah,
needs to
but
intervene.
he needs to be there.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the commentator suggestion is do not let any of them near your house.
Mm-hmm.
If you choose to meet the mother-in-law, it should be in a public place where you can leave and maybe somewhere with security cameras.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't already have a security camera, get them. If possible, get a restraining order against him. Use mother-in-law's urgent care release paper as part of evidence.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it was meant for you.
Yeah.
And don't forgive or relax your guard around him. Don't let your guard down around sister-in-law. Don't let your guard down around mother-in-law. They are supportive. They are supporting a man who is very psychologically unhinged, has a history of threatening behavior and assault. Obviously, it's sad that the mother-in-law won't be around her grandkid and that she's lonely. Tough luck.
Mm.
She's choosing someone who I can't describe without getting banned from this platform. Good luck. I'm sorry your wife has such a shitty family. Also, it seems as though your nephew may want to dox your baby. Question mark.
Oh my god, really?
It's a
Doxing.
question mark.
It's a
But yeah,
question, right?
Oh, okay.
obviously, I cannot trust that Tumblr for any fact, but everything on there is so unhinged.
I
I
need to go
cannot
on that.
tell if it's a joke or a threat.
I need to go on that
I
Tumblr
wouldn't.
account.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past him to dox the family too.
Also, I need to message this OP. I want to know what happened for Christmas, New Year's.
All the holidays.
Please,
All the
what
holidays.
happened?
Yeah.
That has to be something. You haven't updated us for what, 4 months?
It's
I need
okay.
this. I need to
Yeah.
know. Where's the baby? Is baby safe?
Yeah.
I can't trust this nephew. Please tell me this nephew is like someone took him away.
So the OP commented back on there saying that this is good advice. Thank you. I think my wife's family has always been a crazy and has a history of excusing bad behavior, particularly for men. So she's a little desensitized to it. Honestly, dealing with my in-laws had normalized this kind of behavior for me too. So to some extent, I was unaware my nephew still had an online presence. I'll call his mom. Not that she'll
Why?
listen
Exactly.
about
Maybe brother-in-law. Is
his
brother-in-law.
threats of doxing, even if I'm confused about what the hell doxing a baby would even accomplish.
I know.
That is
Where is the father? Oh my
Yeah,
God.
he knows better. He probably moved.
He needs to do
hightailed it out
something.
there.
He
I
needs
mean-
to do something. I don't know. Do something. You're still a father.
After a while, it's not your responsibility
I
anymore. You can
know.
just separate and move on. And
I mean,
I
he got
know.
divorced. My guess is some
Yeah.
sort of there was a battle,
like-
custody battle or something.
I mean, there's
where-
no
there's no
custody
custody,
battle.
yeah.
Or I guess, well, you're right. Never mind. He's 22, so
Yeah,
no.
he just went
He
on with his
chose-
life.
So pretty
He
much,
chose peace.
so in that case,
Yeah.
the kid chose to stay with the mom. I
Well,
guess.
obviously,
He pooped
because
on
she's
his
yeah,
front yard
Yeah.
or
So
whatever.
yeah.
and obviously,
Yeah.
like mom is the one who's enabling this behavior,
Mhm.
right? So,
Mm-hmm.
This is so frightening.
Oh my god.
So interestingly, that his Tumblr account has not been active since Thanksgiving.
I wonder why. What happened?
I want to know.
What if he started another Tumblr account?
OP, where are you?
Oh,
Someone
God.
find him.
Can I
Yeah.
message him? Like,
Hello,
more
are
updates.
you
I mean,
okay?
the account is active.
I'm more invested in this story than anybody.
Hey, you can
Yeah.
send a message on there
Yeah. I
or
know.
try to chat with him
But I'm
I
sure a lot of people
know.
have
or
and
try
nothing.
to.
I'm gonna message.
Wow, that is
You should ask him
freaky.
to let us interview him. Wouldn't that be wild if it turned into something like that?
Wow.
We made a podcast about your story and we
Hey,
want to know if you
I'm
want to come
writing,
on
hey.
our show.
I'm trying to see. There's the other. What are some of the comments are? But is this somebody spent literally 20 minutes going through his Tumblr account and the comment saying, "I'm seriously considering bleaching my eyeballs."
Oh my God.
That's how bad his Tumblr account is.
Yeah. I mean, just the little glimpse of his TikTok, I can see that. Oh my
Mhm.
God.
Yeah, that TikTok video was disturbing.
Yes.
I'm
Very-
going back on his Tumblr.
Yeah, you're not doing that all night. It's
Oh
what you fall
no, I
asleep
don't
to
want to
doing.
do it because then I'm gonna have nightmares.
That's
So,
true.
no, not at night. No.
Wow, that was something.
Crazy guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, we'll keep an eye on it. See
I
if there's any
know.
updates.
We will definitely be
Post it.
posting links. So if you want to go check out his Tumblr or TikTok yourself, please do. And please comment below your takes regarding the story. What do you think? And if you like this kind of story and would like to hear us read more stories like this, let us know. And
make sure you like, share, and subscribe.
see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.